this spider. It's about probably 2 inches across. Beautiful web though, man. Somebody did some serious work. So we just had to come running out here because we saw tail lights. And we had a lot of problem with trespassing earlier. And so we came running out, and whoever it was turned around when they realized that it wasn't going to go their way, and they tore off. They actually had to open the gate, come onto the property that way. So it's really upsetting when people just don't, respect your property. So I won't sleep too well tonight. I'll be too anxious about it. Somebody's a... I got the trailer backed up into position next to the other storage building. So it's time to get that emptied out and then figure out how to move that. I really don't have any idea. I think it's one of the reasons why I've been kind of delaying it. But we'll get the stuff moved out of there and then take a look at it and see what needs to be done. So this is what's all in there. All that needs to come out. I'll switch it over to, in here. This is the wood that I'm going to use for building the new coop, the really big one. I haven't got to that yet, but I keep it stored in here, so it should be okay. I don't think it's going to be a problem having it in there. We interrupt this to ask the question, is that real? It is. Holy cow. That is a big spider. Making some good progress. I don't know if it's too dark in here to see. My concern is my purpose is to move this, but this is all pretty busted up. I got a feeling it may not survive a move attempt. Okay, a really big hole in the wall. What does it mean when you see the webbing sort of funnel down into the hole in the wall? I'd say that hole with the big spider we saw before, nope, not moving it. I'm just lighting it on fire. I'm gonna burn this thing down. That is a huge mud dauber's nest. Whew. Big cockroach. That spider I saw earlier, the big one, that's apparently it's called a huntsman spider, and it's an invasive species. But one of the things that we know about them is they like to eat cockroaches. So, all right. Now the egg sac that it was sitting on, it looked like an Alka-Seltzer underneath it. That supposedly has 200 eggs in it. Not entirely sure how I feel about that, but All right, well that's as full as that's gonna get. And I kind of feel like that's as empty as that's gonna get. This just may not be worth saving, guys. I mean, I'm looking, out the side, seeing the floor or the ground underneath the floor. I can see through all along the bottom there. And then if I get down to ground level, that thing heaves a lot. It doesn't really show, but that back corner is a solid 12 inches higher than this portion of the floor right here. I'll figure it out. Well, there he sits. We got Blue moved, loaded up and moved. And it'll sit there just fine until we get everything sorted with this. And it's gonna serve a double purpose of blocking off that road just in case people come tearing through like they did the day before yesterday and then again last night. Now, in fairness, they didn't come very far onto the property, but just don't want to invite it, so hopefully get this thing moved or figure out what to do with it. It's going to be a bit of a project. my plan is to move it from where it is and put it around on the other side of the other shed. That's plenty of space. But I'll put it in there lengthwise with the door facing back out this way. Whew, still warm. Still warm. Chicken tractor's been parked here for a couple of months, starting to look like a menagerie of some kind. Big old botanic garden. I'm gonna get that cleaned up, just for my own sanity. Cleaned up. All back the way it should be. I like having stuff neat and clean. It's a thing, I guess. I've been thinking about doing that for a while. It was really getting wild in there. The only thing that makes me sad about it is there's these really cool red fuzzy flowers. They look like fuzzy red caterpillars, and so I had to cut a bunch of those down. That makes me sad, but the rest, I'm good. We moved them this morning. We got them on new ground here, and we've been out in this area before. It's been a while. We've been avoiding it just because of its proximity to the woods. Hopefully, I mean, we're not up against the woods like we were before, so hopefully this time we'll be okay. They'll spend a week here, and then I'll send them over to the other side over there. They just came from here, and then after that, they'll move down further on. The reason I move them once a week is because, you know, I think I've explained it before. They like to dig and scratch and, you know, do chicken stuff. And by moving them every week, we keep the ground from getting too disturbed or too destroyed for it to come back. The path that I'm now, I've been going that they revisit a site about every 8 weeks. If I can add this back in safely to the rotation and add a new spot on the other side, I can make it so they're not revisiting a site except for every 10 weeks, which would really let the ground recover, let all the insects and stuff and little frogs come back, and then I can bring in, you know, the chicken raptors and let them do their thing. They're kind of fun to watch. So once every 10 weeks, that's the goal for me. Other people have different ways of doing it. That's just my choice, because I like the place to look good. I don't want to look at chewed ups. The other thing I haven't done, I mean, we got this empty, and now I've been trying to wrap my mind around how to best move this, because I really don't know. Let me show you what's underneath. All right, now I showed you how the inside is kind of wonky. There's not really much I can grab hold of here. It looks like there's a metal, like rusted out beam underneath there, and it's just sort of sitting on these posts and stuff. I'm not sure how I'm going to get this to slide across the ground. I mean, they're really built to be lifted either by like giant forks that go underneath and lifted from above, or like a really like monster forklift that's way bigger than what my tractor is and so heavy that this thing isn't even going to make it snort, you know, and it just goes underneath and lifts the whole thing. I think what I'm going to try and do, this sheet metal here at the end is like aftermarket. I think they put that on afterwards when it started rusting out on the side. And oh, hello, cat. So I think what I got to do is I got to take that off on the end, just this portion down here, to get an honest look at that. And then I'll see if I can lift from this end with the forks on my tractor. If I can do that, run chains around the box and then drag it over there. I don't know. is when I'm like, oh, it looks like it's gonna rain. I guess I should put this off for another day or 3. But if I start moving it and it starts coming apart, that's game over. It's gonna cost me less frustration to just build another outbuilding if I want to do that. I've done it before. It's a lot of fun. I'll think about it a little more and hopefully make some progress on that for the next video. Well, that's it from here. As I say, quiet, peaceful life. Take care. I'll see you guys later.